Carson-Newman. And Emily Phillips from Catawba for the reading of the Game Environment Pledge. Abby?
Welcome to today's game between the Catawba Indians and the Carson-Newman. We see this basketball court as an extension of our classroom environment where we learn dignity and respect for others. Today we ask for your enthusiastic support of your respective teams. We also ask that you support the student athletes and promote our institution while honoring our request to treat all fans, officials, coaches, and student athletes with respect. Thank you.
Good luck to both teams.
Greetings, salutations, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you courtside to Timmons Arena, semifinal number 2, and a sensational matchup between one of the country's top scorers in Braylon Weichel and one of the nation's best defenders in Catawba's Shemaya Stanback. Hello, everyone. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside Queens men's basketball assistant Grant Leonard. Just delighted that you have elected to spend part of your Saturday with us here on the SAC Digital Network, and Grant should be a dandy between Catawba with the conference's Defensive Player of the Year and Shemaya Stanback. You get a look at the starting five for the Indians: Sarah McIntosh, Shemaya Downs, Tasha DeShazo, and Lyric Thorne. DeShazo, Stanback, and Thorne, it feels like they have been around for an eternity for the Catawba College Catawba Indians, the 3 seed at 23-5. A 19-5 record in South Atlantic Conference action. Catawba, very good defensively, a lot of pressure, one of the country's best in terms of turnovers forced.
Should be an interesting matchup. It's going to be awesome to see if their pressure defense can break Carson-Newman out of their high-scoring offense, or whether the Carson-Newman can execute, move the ball, and be able to score. The first 2 games, it was obviously a tale of 2 stories. It should be interesting in the third matchup.
You look at Carson-Newman's starting five. Braylon Weichel, the star player of the year 2 years ago, but Addison Bird, one of 3 players in program history, named to the All-SAC teams on 4 occasions. Lindsey Taylor, tough to deal with downstairs for most teams, but Catawba held her to just 3 points in the meeting inside of Holt Fieldhouse. That will be a key today for the Indians to replicate that performance when Taylor, just 1 of 4 in a 56-52 win for the Indians, then ranked 14th in the country back on February 12th. So Carson-Newman and Catawba on the brain today in the SAC semifinals. The lower seed won the earlier game. That was Anderson. There's your head-to-head matchup. Shemaya Stanback, Defensive Player of the Year, a first-team All-League performer at just 8.9 points per game. That speaks to just the caliber of defense that she can provide, averaging single digits, but on the first team.
Well, it should be interesting, too. Carson-Newman is kind of used to this environment and this level of stakes of games, and Catawba's just finally starting to get going here. And is their senior leadership going to be able to pull them through for the first time? Carson-Newman, like I said, been here before, and two different coaches, one that's kind of new to this, and another coach, Coach Mincy, who's been here before as well. So always interesting to see the different dynamics.
Programmatically, these teams have not tasted a ton of semifinal success. Catawba looking for their first final appearance since 2012. Carson-Newman has lost 8 of their last 9 semifinal appearances. Eagles have been to some NCAA tournaments, have made some deep runs, but the SAC tournament success has evaded Carson-Newman's women's basketball program.
Well, you never know. In March, anything can happen.
It'll be McIntosh versus Taylor for the jump. We are just about all set for action here in Timmons Arena. Anderson awaits in the title game Sunday at 1 p.m. Catawba trying to make it 2 for 2 for the lower seeds and score a semifinal upset. Ball is in the air, and the Eagles win the tip and move it right to left to open up this contest. Weichel over to Goforth in the corner. Catawba starting man-to-man. Bird, the skip, Goforth, not a known three-point shooter. Wilson, though, head of the key, airballed it. And the Indians take possession.
Great first possession for Catawba's defense. they kept the ball out of the paint and forced Carson-Newman to shoot a contested jump shot.
Thorne over the timeline for the Indians. Got off and the kick to McIntosh. Flip it back out to Thorne. In the corner for DeShazo. Downs accelerating in the lane. 1-to-1 with Bird. Can't get it to drop. Taylor cleans up the window. Eagles love the tempo. Both these teams want to go quick if they can. Eagles didn't press much in Salisbury and got out of it in Holt. ILO action to Taylor. Draws the double team, gets fouled. She'll shoot 2.
That was a great post feed over the top and great catch, keeping the ball high. Really good possession for the Eagles.
Take a second look. And Bird on the nose. Charge Stanback with her first. Taylor, though, free throws a bit of an adventure at times. 55% on the season, 91 of 168 as she misses the first. Doesn't get the roll on the second, pops out. Stanback grabs the rebound, and the Indians get on the front foot. Free throw line, Jay off the mark for Thorne. McIntosh and Taylor battling, tied up, jump ball to the Indians.
Catawba pushing tempo, got a great early ball screen, which got him deep in the paint.
Get a second look at the jump ball that Taylor collects. Pull it, Thorne. Missed it wide to the left. And both these teams, the seal still on, scoreless, 80 seconds in.
Kind of normal in a game with this kind of stakes to have players a little nervous, a little shaky first couple minutes.
I saw it a little bit Wingate and Anderson in the first semifinal. Wilson accelerating, and there's a turnover. Not crisp by any stretch of the imagination here, nearly 90 seconds in. Combined 0 of 3 from the field, a couple of turnovers. Indians trying to settle it down. Of course, Catawba's going to be happy with the turnovers. Indians top 5 in the country in turnover margin, +8 on the season. Thorne, 10 on the clock. Works inside, the bounce out to the corner for Downs. She rolls through Weichel, and Weichel draws the charge.
Really good position defense there. Unbelievable job sacrificing their body. Take this charge, as you see right here. Slides over and is able to take the bump. Shows her hands. Phenomenal defense there.
Go forth. Breaks the press. Nice feed for Taylor, right block. Dumps it in. Bird draws 2. Taylor finishes. First points of the game. 2 minutes, 10 seconds in. A 3. The answer, no. Off the back of the 10 from Stanback. An offensive rebound by McIntosh. Taylor has her pinned in. 3 in the key. Catawba turns it over. Carson-Newman gets it back.
That's the 3rd or 4th time on a Catawba miss. They've sent multiple people to the offensive glass.
A second look at the Eagles' first bucket off the bounce feed to Taylor. So far, the Eagles handling Catawba's press. I wouldn't call it fully token as Bird pulls up and airballs a baseline jumper. And then Daisha DeSajo had it in her hands but stepped on the sideline. So ball back to the Eagles. Tight game early. Teams have combined 1 of 5 from the field with 3, maybe 4 turnovers depending on how that one was scored. We'll steal at the head of the key for Downs. Off to the races. She coasts the cup and dumps it in.
Great job in the passing lane by Downs, anticipating that reversal.
That is what Catawba does best, cause chaos. The Eagles break the Indians' press. Weichel handling, pulls up, left of the lane. Missed the 15-footer, though. Stanback, the backside board. Stanback accelerating, drops it off for McIntosh. Goforth hacks her. And McIntosh will shoot 2.
Stanback, such a special player, grabbing the rebound off the glass and pushing tempo, creating that early passing lane, as you see here.
And Goforth definitely got the hook. Good job by our camera operator under the basket, Katie Denton, absorbing contact from the ball as McIntosh cans the first, and Catawba takes the lead. McIntosh rattles the second one out, and Taylor grabs the carom, her second. High-low action to Taylor. Gets the help side defense from Stanback. Doesn't matter. Taylor backs her down and has the easy two at the cup. 4-3, Eagles back on top.
That's the second time they've seen that high-low pass over the top there. Great offense by the Eagles.
Thorne pulls it right elbow. Missed the 15-footer. Bird the rebound. Eagles sprinting. Weichel left open. Wide open look at a three. Missed it long. Long rebound to Wilson. Second chance for the Eagles. Bird in the corner. Uncovered. Left it short. Got her own miss. Weichel thought about the third time. Instead, she drives. Gets in on McIntosh and finishes with the right hand. Rebounding. Not there for the Indians. Eagles make them pay.
A lot of time those long rebounds can equivocate to offensive, or long shots to offensive rebounds. Great job by the Eagles staying with that possession.
Not a fan of that one, Grant.
You know, refs are going to set the tone early. I guess they didn't want that, but that was minor contact, I would say, on that drive.
A nickel dimer, as it were, and Goforth picks up her second. 2 on the Eagles this period. Harley Smith, the first sub of the day for either side. 6-3, Eagles leading. SAC semifinal number 2 on the women's side. Sadie's Wampler. Off the downs, left of the lane, mishandled it, but right to Lauren Ford, who fires up a 3. Missed it to the right. Smith the rebound. Gets it front court, nearly turned it over. Good anticipation by DeSajo to deflect it out, and she knocks it out off a Bird. It's Catawba ball.
It did. It looked like that ball was deflected, and Bird got a hand on it and then spilled out of bounds.
Catawba can tie with a 3 here on this possession early in this contest. Downs. No dribble handoff there for DeShazo. Instead, she'll loop it to her. 7 on the clock. DeShazo accelerating into the lane, got impeded by Weichel, but the foul goes on Smith. First on Smith, third on the Eagles. And that brings us to a break in the action. It's been sloppy here in the early going. 5 turnovers combined. Teams that combined 4 of 12 from the field, but it adds up to a 6-3 Eagle lead early here on the SAC Digital Network.
You've got to see this place.
You gotta see this place. You gotta see this place.
You gotta see this place.
You got to see this place.
You gotta see this place.
You gotta see this place.
You've gotta see this place.
You got to see this place.
You gotta see this place.
You gotta see this place.
Six-3 ball game. Carson-Newman leading early. This one's had a bit of a herky-jerky start between the second-seeded Eagles and the third-seeded Catawba College Catawba Indians. Catawba with the ball, though, one of the nation's top three-point shooting teams in terms of attempts. You can tie it with a triple on this possession.
Hopefully with that media timeout, the coaches are able to get some flow with their team, make a few adjustments to get this game rolling a little bit.
Stand back. 7 on the clock. Wilson on her man-to-man. The switch, the kick. Wampler wants the three. Missed it long. Smith the rebound. Tight rims, not a lot of give here at Timmons Arena. Eagles break the press. Bring two to the ball on Weichel, and Ford and Wampler collide with her. Charge Ford with her first. Third on the Indians.
Couple of possessions, Carson-Newman's done a great job moving the ball against the press with long passes. It's been very successful for them. It's interesting to see how different teams do it. They're going away from the dribble attack and more to the pass attack.
Be interesting to see if Terrence McCutcheon gets out of it for Catawba. Granted, Carson-Newman hasn't hurt him yet in the front court. Eagles haven't pressed. That's rare for Mike Mincy's team. Dump it inside. Smith got a good look over top of Ford, but couldn't finish, and Ford has the box out on the board.
Good possession for the Eagles, just come up short, missing a layup.
Thorne in transition, gets up and down for a two. Stops a 2-minute, 40-second scoring drought for the Indians, pulls them within one.
Catawba's best offense has been attacking off misses.
Indians really good, both these teams really good in transition. Wanted the high-low for Taylor, wasn't there. Instead, Smith drives, pulls up, the lefty, missed it. Rebound poked into the corner, Wampler controls. Catawba wants to hustle, and that pass off the underside of the backboard, and Bird collects it for the Eagles.
Indians getting a little wild on that possession. It's really important if you're going to play fast to not play mindless and have possessions like that.
Weichel driving on to Shazo, has it blocked out of bounds by Ford, but Ford got her with the body.
That was a great move by Weichel, a little in and out stutter, getting to her right hand, as you see here. Really good change of pace and change of direction and absorbing that contact.
So Ford's picked up a couple. 4 on the Indians, and Terrence McCutcheon having to coach a little bit of foul trouble early. Ford has 2, granted player off the bench. It's Weichel. She's not going to miss many of those. 85% at the line on the season. 96th made free throw for Carson-Newman's 7th all-time leading scorer. 2-2 trip for Braylon Weichel. Lead back to 3 for the Eagles. Carson-Newman hasn't made a bucket in nearly 3 minutes, but they get points at the stripe. McIntosh turning in on Pierce, can't get it to go. Downs tips the rebound into the corner. And a hand check foul on Skylar Boshears. Boshears with her first, the 4th on Carson-Newman. Shooting free throws the rest of this quarter, both sides.
Refs definitely setting the tone that they do not want hands on those drives.
Thorne. Weichel picks her up. A lot of motion under the basket. Thorne will pull a 3 and can it. Lyric Thorne, 51st triple of the season for her, all square at 8.
It's a big-time shot shooting behind that ball screen. It's going to really have to change if they can keep making notes how they're going to guard those ball screens.
All freshman teamer Pendlin working inside. The dish to Boshears. And a whistle. 3 in the key. 4th turnover for Carson-Newman. Another crack at the Thorne 3. Just straight up pulling it with hand in her face.
Yeah, kind of a reject shoot behind. What a really good offense there.
McIntosh drives inside on Pierce. Pierce denies her. The outlet to Boshears. Feeds inside for Pierce, deflected out by McIntosh.
That was a phenomenal defensive play by Pierce. Stayed down, was able to time it and get the block shot. Just really good positional defense.
Number 5 on Carson-Newman's all-time blocks list, 128 now. 12 games this year with at least 3 rejections. Boshears triggers for Penland. Alvey. He was looking for space on the perimeter. Catawba's covered it well. Penland wants the three. Can't get it to go front of the 10. Long rebound again favors Carson-Newman. Fourth offensive board for the Eagles, but they haven't hit a shot in nearly 4 minutes. Smith, the kick, Penland wide open. Won't go. Another long rebound. Boshears, third chance. Smith, wide to the right. Alvey saves it in. Karam's off. Penland grabs it, sticks it up. Fourth time the charm. The stick-to-itiveness of Carson-Newman on a 4-shot possession to snap a 4.5-minute field goal drought.
That is the second time this game where Carson-Newman had multiple three-point attempts, got their own miss, and was able to get it back in.
A second look at that position, generated by the hustle from Alvey, and that got Penland the open look at the cup. The foul was on Alvey on the other end, by the way, her 5th, and so Thorne to the stripe for a couple for Catawba.
Those hustle plays that, like Alvey just made, are often the difference in the game. Those 50-50 balls or shots you're not supposed to get. What a great play by her.
It kind of obfuscates the fact that the Eagles are shooting 4-14 from the field. You've had 2 possessions that have featured 7 offensive rebounds, 6 offensive rebounds. All square at 10 after the 2-2 trip from Thorne. She's got 7 to pace the Indians and lead all scorers. Smith working and kicking for Penland. Pumped, drives, gets the basket, and gets a foul called. And that's a big one. Number 2 on Shemaya Standback. So the defensive player of the year and the all-conference first team are in foul trouble.
That was a really good catch, shot fake, and drive. Looking for contact once they get in the paint. Unbelievable job by Penland drawing that second foul on Standback, their best player.
Eagles back on top with the first made free throw. How will Terrence McCutcheon operate through this? Penland missed it off to the right. 1-point lead for the Eagles. Neither team has led by more than 3 in a game that's featured 3 ties and 2 lead changes here early. Thorne. She's got 9. Catawba back on top.
Thorne is really heating up, getting going. Carson-Newman's got to make some adjustments at the quarter, try and see if they can slow her down.
Alvey, the lob for Pierce. Missed the wide open look. Thorne. Alvey there with a high hand. Probably Carson-Newman's most frenetic defender guarding her. Thorne blows by, the handoff. McIntosh finishes at the bucket. Biggest lead of the day for Catawba at 3.
Thorne making shots, and now she's driving and dumping the ball off.
Near a turnover is. We
Watch
get a second look at Thorne.
Watch this drive and dump off. What a phenomenal play.
There was not much room to operate there for that pass, but Thorne found the seam.
Really seems like Catawba's offense is really starting to heat up their defensive energy as well.
Final moments of the quarter, Eagles down a triple. Smith lost the handle on it, kicked out with 1.6 left into Catawba's bench.
Catawba's defensive activity there, their hands really good getting that deflection. It's going to make this really hard for the Eagles to score here late clock.
Smith gonna pull it. Missed it off to the right. And that is how the first quarter comes to a close. So Catawba outscoring the Eagles down the stretch run. An 8-5 flourish for Catawba over the final 4 minutes to take a lead after one, 14-11. You're on the SAC Digital Network.
Hometown ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
soon as you win the state championship, you start getting calls and emails and brochures sent to you from all these ring companies. We'd already talked for a long time that the first one we got here at BA, it was going to be the biggest thing we could find. Right? It was going to be the biggest ring we could get. You know, we wanted to make this a celebration for the community, right? For our administration, for our school, right? And then to honor the kids. It's a big deal anytime you win a state championship in any sport.
Adam Cavalier, Grant Leonard, pleased as punch that you've decided to spend part of your Saturday with us here in the SAC semifinals from Furman's Timmons Arena. The 3-seed Catawba trying to become the second lower seed to make it to Championship Sunday. First quarter, so far, so good for the Indians. The Eagles, easy buckets on the slip to Taylor at the cup. Lindsey Taylor with 6 to pace Carson-Newman.
Coach Mincy did an unbelievable job in that timeout, drawing something up to get them an easy bucket. It is a sign of a phenomenally coached team to be able to execute coming out of a timeout.
Thorne. She's hand to hot hand with 9 for the Indians. Left open, right corner. Missed it long. Mike Mincy sagged down in his seat in frustration after the open look from Thorne, leaving her uncovered. But she didn't make the Eagles pay. Weichel, pull up. Missed the 15-footer. Bird got her paws to the rebound, but tied up. Jump ball. Arrow favors the Indians.
Carson-Newman doing an unbelievable job on the offensive glass. As you see here, the shot, oh.
That's the slip to Taylor.
Really good play. Horns action, ball screen slip. Phenomenal draw up in that timeout.
Catawba playing with the lead in the ball. Another 3 off the front iron from DeShazo. Rebound loose, middle of the lane. Bird taps to Wilson. Wilson has speed, but Thorne cut her off. Eagles into the half court. Catawba man-to-man pretty much exclusively. Weichel found herself open, delayed the shot, kind of herky-jerky, left it long.
I think she hesitated a little there, so a lot of times as a shooter, hesitation is the worst thing you can do.
I think she was shocked that Downs sagged off of her and was going to the block as Weichel picks up her first foul on the other end. First on the Eagles of the period.
It's about the third or fourth time that Catawba has grabbed the ball off the glass, pushed early tempo, and got something really good in the first 7 or 8 seconds of the shot clock.
And speed has been the name of the game, or these. Thorne misses the long 2. Thorne 3 of 7 from the field, 9 points to lead all scorers. Weichel accelerating to the cup, a wide open left-handed scoop, and the Eagles are back on top.
Great early attack by Reichel.
Speaking of great early attacks, how about Thorne?
Back at you. Both teams doing a great job pushing the ball early in possessions.
That's been the name of the game. Don't let the opposing defense get set. Bird, pull up, 15-footer. Way strong on a wide open look. Thorne the rebound and the sprint out. Thorne, good strip by Bird. Eagles the other way. Feeding Taylor in transition. Wilson the dime. Taylor the finish. Carson-Newman retakes the lead. Back and forth we go. 3 ties, 7 lead changes. DeShazo, open look on a baseline drive. Airballed it over top of Taylor, and Taylor has the box out for the board. Business picking up a little bit, Grant.
Yes, it is. It's awesome to watch the tempo pick up. Both teams doing really well in early offense.
Weichel finishing at the cup. Eagles doing a good job getting north-south.
What a great empty side ball screen there, getting all the way downhill and to the rim.
Carson-Newman's matched its biggest lead as Downs pulls from deep. Missed it, rimmed it out. Weichel the board. Weichel, good hesitation, bounces Taylor left block, counted off the glass, +1. Lindsey Taylor off the bounce from Weichel. Eagles have their biggest lead of the day at 5. 6-0 burst for the Eagles.
Carson-Newman really rolling there. You can see here on the monitor, Great drive and bounce pass, keeping the ball high, finish with the left hand. Carson-Newman definitely on a run here. Wouldn't be surprised if it continues. Catawba takes a timeout here shortly.
Taylor. Pure on the free throw. 7 straight for the Eagles. Largest lead of the day for either team at 6. 22-16. Eagles have responded with 7 straight after Catawba retook the lead. Short corner Jay. McIntosh. Chucked it long. Wilson a rebound. Eagles see if they continue to drive and if Catawba continues to bring 2 to the ball. Not that time. McIntosh stayed with Taylor, got the pilfer.
That was a really great show on the drive and recover to get that steal.
Thorne shorted the 3. Wampler a second chance, got a whistle and a foul. And the orange and blue faithful situated directly behind us, nonplussed, as Braylon Weichel, the Eagles' leading scorer, 17.7 points per game, has picked up her team second. Let's not forget Catawba, Shemaiah Stanback, Defensive Player of the Year, on the bench with 2 fouls. Now the South Atlantic Conference Player of the Year from 2021, the bench with 2 fouls.
As an elite player, when you have 1 foul in the first half, you've got to know you can't reach in on a 50-50 ball, putting the refs in jeopardy, get your second. You just can't do it.
Downs. Teardrop for the middle of the lane, makes it a 4-point game and stops the Eagles' 7-0 burst. Bird, screen and roll action with Taylor. Missed it long. Thorne all over the place. The rebound and running doesn't have numbers. Goes to the cup and draws a foul. She'll shoot 2. Lyric Thorne, really, really aggressive in transition. She puts a personal on Penland, her first, team's 3rd.
It's a great push by Thorne. She'd cooled off a little bit of late, but anytime you kind of are struggling a little bit, getting to the free throw line is a phenomenal way to do it. Great push and great job absorbing contact and getting the ball above the rim.
She started 3 of 5 from the field as she cans the first free throw. Since then, 1 of her last 4, but 11 points she and Taylor tied for the team high, or the game high, pardon me. And Thorne can take it over with his second free throw, which she converts. 2-point game after the Eagles stretched it to 6 with a 7-0 run.
Catawba, sign of a great team. They didn't need a timeout to put that run at ease from Carson-Newman.
Now the pressure on Wilson. Tie up. Timeout called. Or jump ball. If it's a jump ball, it should be Carson-Newman ball. Or was Wilson on the sideline? Wilson was on the sideline, I believe. Get a second look at it. Well, Wilson definitely not on the side. If it's a jump ball, at least according to our graphic, it's Carson-Newman ball.
It looked like from the trail ref, they actually called a kicked ball on Carson-Newman.
Good eyes, Grant Leonard. Downs streaking to the cup. Indians have tied it. 6 in a row for Catawba. After the Eagles grab their biggest lead. Good answer by the Indians. Goforth. Penland firing up a 3. Clanks off the right iron. Downs the box out on the shooter for the board. Wilson pressuring Downs. Catawba breaks the press. Thorne trying to find a backdoor cutting McIntosh. Led her too far, and Boshears has the steal. Boshears in transition, carried it. Double dribble. And that will bring us to a break in the action. Eagles haven't scored in 2 minutes, and in the interim, Catawba has scored 6 straight to tie things up at 22 apiece. 4:44 to play in the second quarter. We are back to Timmons Arena after these messages. This is the SAC Digital Network.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
On my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt. I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Things pretty much even here at Timmons Arena. Not pretty much, they are even. 22-22, but you look at everything, and there's not a whole lot that separates. Both teams shooting around 34% from the field. Both teams have had issues with turnovers, 12 combined in this game. And as such, both teams not hitting threes. It's dead even here in this second semifinal between Carson-Newman and Catawba. Winner gets Anderson on Championship Sunday as McIntosh off the mark with a jumper, and I think Thorne going to get whistled. A reach on the rebound, her first. First team foul on the Indians this period.
Carson-Newman's done a great job defensively, keeping their gap and their stick hand, guarding them, and getting Catawba to take contested jumpers without breaking the defense down.
No Braylon Weichel for Carson-Newman. She's got 2 fouls. The first team All-SAC performer. No Shemaya Standback for the Indians. First team All-SAC performer, Defensive Player of the Year with 2 fouls. Who steps up? Smith taking it to the cup. She finishes through contact on downs.
That was a great drive and spin and finish. She missed a couple early. Good to see her get one go down.
Goforth, a block on Thorne on the other end. Collector's item for Goforth. Had 3 blocks in her first 3 seasons at Carson-Newman. Well, she's got 5 games this year with 2+. Goforth, the drive. McIntosh stole it, tried to save it in.
Yeah,
I guess it hit the inline first.
No, they threw that ball off Taylor.
I thought
saved it off her leg. Here's the replay.
I thought it kicked off off Downs, but yeah, I got a clip of Taylor there.
Both teams have made good hustle plays, saving the ball out of bounds, and it's a mark of obviously 2 teams fighting for a playoff win here.
McIntosh from the keyhole. In and out, no good. Rims tight here at Timmons. Teams have combined 1 of 17 from beyond the arc. Good pressure on Pinland. Saved in by Goforth. DeShazo the steal, then she double dribbles. So 1 turnover begets another. 9th for the Eagles, 6th for the Indians. Catawba hasn't scored in 2 minutes. Carson-Newman's turned it over 5 times in the last 3.5. Game started sloppy, had a bit of a good feel to it there through the middle portion of the quarter. Pinland accelerating, wide open to the 10. She finishes with left.
Good drive by Carson-Newman, but Catawba's got to do a way better job without having the ball move sides of the floor. They got to be able to stop those early drives.
Eagles have had a ton of success driving and getting to the basket. Steps called on Wampler. 7th giveaway for the Indians. Eagles with 8 points off those Catawba turnovers. Here's a look at Pinland. Skidge separation created by Smith.
Catawba's got to have backside help rotating over there. Make them make an extra pass, especially the way Carson-Newman's shooting the ball from the 3 right now.
Taylor, Goforth, wants one. Short. No second chance, Downs has it. Thorne, she's been the weapon. Catawba's leading scorer with 13 first-half points on 4 of 10 shooting. DeShazo. Bounce from McIntosh, long 2, short.
Really good defensive possession there by Carson-Newman, keeping the ball on one side of the floor, getting them to take a contested jumper.
Turnover.
That was our 3rd double dribble call here in the last few minutes.
It has been sloppy. Combined 17 turnovers, now 10th of the half for Carson-Newman. Eagles have turned it over more times, but Carson-Newman, the team, with more points off turnovers. Those dead ball turnovers really haven't hurt Carson-Newman that much. Downs. Well, there's one. Downs takes advantage of the Eagle miscue and stops the 3.5-minute scoring drought for Catawba, pulls them within 2. 3.5 minutes without points for Catawba. Eagles could only get up 4. High-low action. Taylor through help defense, doesn't matter. Good with the left.
That is a great possession by Carson-Newman. It's the third time this game they've been able to throw over the top and get a layup.
Now, Lindsay Taylor, she was 15 of 16 from the field in the regular season finale against Coker. 6 of 6 today with 13 points. DeShazo from the left wing. That one's long. Downs goes up for the rebound, steps over a fallen defender. Can't get the second chance shot to drop, but Taylor Goforth has been called for her third personal. Team's 4th.
It's a great job on the offensive glass. They're sticking with that possession, being able to grab the rebound and stick it back in. Shemaya Downs did a phenomenal job there.
So Downs, quiet 8 points for her on 4 of 6 shooting. She rattles in the first free throw. Downs already to her season average in the first half. Came in 9.9 a night, sitting on 9 right here, trying to make it a 2-point game. Downs loops it up. That one's true. 2-point game. Eagles have outscored the Indians by 5 in the period.
We'll see if Carson-Newman can get back that high-low look that they've been very successful with in the first half. It's interesting. Catawba has had no answers for that so far.
Smith accelerating. Kicking out. Thorne anticipated. 11th Eagle turnover. Thorne spinning around on Wilson. Can't get it to go in transition. Bird the box out. Eagles control.
Great two-hand rebound by Bird.
Carson-Newman +7 on the glass. Have to think that that's making a difference for the Eagles in this one. Especially on a day where Carson-Newman now shooting 57% for the quarter all of a sudden. But started out in the low 30s. High-low action. Taylor, the catch in a double team. Can't get it to go far on the clock. Bird, left block. The J, smooth. First points for Addison Bird. Eagles up 4 with 7 ticks left. Thorne shucks one up. Taylor seizes it, and that is how the first half comes to a close. Halftime in Timmons Arena. Carson-Newman halfway home to a title appearance. Eagles have lost 8 of their last 9 semifinal trips. Catawba trying to get to Championship Sunday for the first time since 2012. Halftime show heads your way when we come back after these messages on the SAC Digital Network.
Every student comes to Wingate with a story. I know I did. Our students come from all walks of life.
They come to us as young people with hopes and dreams of their own. They're looking to Wingate to become the best version of themselves, and that's what we do.
The effect that Wingate has on me is compounded by the effect I have on the world after I leave Wingate.
Because making a difference is fundamental
to what we are as a university
and who we are as people.
All right, halftime in Timmins Arena. Adam Cavalier, Grant Leonard, glad you're with us here on the SAC Digital Network as the Eagles of Carson-Newman leading 30-26 at the halftime break. Defense, Grant does the job for Carson-Newman. Catawba just 22% from the field in the second quarter, while Carson-Newman found its footing offensively with a good bit of high-low action and a lot of penetration into the paint.
Well, it seemed like Catawba's offense is kind of living off isolation, and they're shooting the ball. Their best offense has been either early offense or on the offensive glass, where Carson-Newman has had a little more flow, moving the ball side to side and getting the ball over the top for some easy ones.
Take a look at some of the highlights. Turnovers a factor in this one, to 11 of them for the Eagles. Catawba 8 points off turnovers in the first half. And had a Downs bucket there. Thorne has been hot. 13 for Catawba, including that 3, the only make from distance in the first half. Teams that combined 1 of 18 from long range.
I've seen the iron unkind here in past SAC tournaments, and nothing new here. But Carson-Newman has done a great job of driving for others. Had a couple great driving kicks. That was a great drive and dump off there.
And has been on the offensive glass. Michaela Alvey, that was the 4th offensive rebound in that possession for Carson-Newman. It ended up in a Campbell Pendleton bucket. Eagles with 6 second chance points. Carson-Newman on the glass plus 9 at the break. And that's certainly a difference maker, and so are the plays like that with the dump inside to Taylor.
That was a great draw up after a timeout, get an easy bucket. And really that's been the difference in the game is a couple of easy buckets that Carson-Newman's gotten, whereas Catawba's really had to fight for every basket they've gotten.
Eagles taking advantage of Lindsay Taylor. Again, she only had 3 in the Meeting and Holt Fieldhouse. That was a 56-52 win for Catawba. 13, she and Lyric Thorne leading all scorers today here inside of Timmins Arena. Adds up to a 30-26 halftime lead for the Eagles on the Indians. More halftime coverage when we come back after this on the SAC Digital Network.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it.
An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
Halftime in Timmins Arena. Both these teams, Carson-Newman and Catawba, in a tight one, 30-26 Eagles up on the Indians, a back-and-forth game. 4 ties, 6 lead changes, and it'll be interesting how things shake out with this contest. Carson-Newman ranked 5th in the Southeast region rankings. Eagles have been 5th throughout the preseason or the region ranking process. Catawba sitting at 7th, kind of one of those trepidatious spots where you certainly are thankful that you're ranked, but you're really rooting for chalk come tournament time. And so far, at least in the Peach Belt, that has happened. Columbus State rallied. We're down 25 to North Georgia, made it a game, but fell late. So that's the type of outings that Catawba is looking for. Big fans of the Lander Bearcats are the Catawba Indians. Big fans of the Barton Bulldogs out of Conference Carolinas. That's who Catawba probably wants to see win these games. When we come back, we'll check in with Terrence McCutcheon, Mike Mincy, Christian Stryker, having those interviews lined up. When we return to Timmins Arena, this is the SAC Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Halftime in Timmins Arena coming to a close. Eagles leading at the break 30-26 over Catawba. We send things over to Christian Stryker standing by with Catawba head coach Terrence McCutcheon. Christian.
Here with head coach Terrence McCutcheon. Coach, tell me what you told the team going into the halftime. As we just said, it's a dogfight right now.
Yes, tough matchup. This is the third time we faced Carson-Newman, and we just got to do a better job of defending the post, getting our closeouts for shooters, and rebounding. They got some offensive rebounds there in the first half that gave them some second chances, and a team this good, you can't give them second opportunities.
Coach, as you said, it's a good team, a lot of second chances right now. What, besides the post play, any other keys that you see are going to be, coming down to the last 20 minutes here?
Oh, no doubt. We need to get our press kind of going. We weren't able to get as many traps as we wanted to in the first half, but you got to give Carson-Newman some credit for that. But we have to give the energy. I think fatigue really hadn't set in yet, so the further fatigue hopefully Carson-Newman gets, we'll be able to get more traps. But if we can get our traps going and create some transition offense, that'll be good for us.
Coach, good luck the next half.
All right, thank you very much, Christian. Grant, interesting to hear that because it really did feel like Catawba's press, outside of maybe one or two possessions there in the second quarter, really didn't affect Carson-Newman much in this one.
Well, you know, as a team, when that's your identity and that's what you go to, they're going to double down on that in the second half and see if they can shake it out. You know, the most interesting storyline will be, can Weichel and Standback, can they not pick up their third, and who can have the biggest impact in that third quarter coming off the bench after foul trouble and being on ice?
The other interesting thing, it's interesting, fascinating to hear Terrence say that. They forced 11 turnovers in that first half. But it probably wasn't the typical Catawba-style turnover where you're actually getting the turnover in the backcourt. Those were happening in the front court, maybe some dead balls, some balls out of bounds. Still thankful for the lost possession, but didn't generate the points potentially that the Indians would have been looking for. I mean, 11 turnovers for Carson-Newman. Catawba only scores off of 4 of them.
Yeah, and, you know, those live ball turnovers lead to transition baskets. And, you know, when you get a double dribble call or a kickball call, you still have to play against a set defense. So he wants to turn up the heat and get his team out in transition. And that has really been their best offense, his early offense in the first half.
All right, Catawba 29% from the field in the first half. Eagles found the offensive footing in that second quarter and knocked down 54% of their shots. Carson-Newman, that's the 17th quarter out of their last 26 that the Eagles have made 50% or better of their shots. We'll see if the Indians can impact things, take away some of the high-low stuff that was really working for Lindsey Taylor en route to a 13-point first half for her.
Well, Standback was in the first quarter, and she is a defensive menace, and we'll see if she's able to have that impact here in the third quarter.
Eagles ball out of the halftime break, and Carson-Newman was looking for that high-low lob. Catawba, man-to-man defense to start the period. I don't think we've seen a possession of zone yet from Terrence McCutcheon's group. Penland, nice drive, gets the cup, gets a smidge of separation from Thorne, and finishes with the right.
Catawba was very worried about the high-low pass, so that slot drive was wide open. Great adjustment by Carson-Newman and Coach Mincy.
7 for Penland off the bench. Gets the start in the second half. Taylor Goforth with 3 fouls. Downs to the cup. Doesn't get the roll, but does draw a foul. Charge this to whom? To Penland. That's 2 on her.
Catawba scored once on that play in the first half. As you can see here, they go to a horn set, and then they ISO the driver, driving them from the top of the key. They've been successful in those isolation rip plays early in the first half, and now to start the second half.
Downs, 11 points for Janiah Downs. 17th this game this season with a double-digit scoring effort. Converts both, and Catawba down by 4 after the Eagles match their biggest lead of the contest. Carson-Newman's led by as many as 6, Catawba by as many as 3. Long pass into the paint, Downs pilfers it. 12th giveaway for Carson-Newman. Live ball turnover, can the Indians capitalize? Carson-Newman back in its half-court set. Stand back on Weichel. That was our player spotlight in the pregame. Weichel with 8, Standback with nothing. Deep in the shot clock we go. Standback drives on Weichel, playing with 2 fouls, and steps on the baseline.
Both players seem a little tentative early in the second half, not trying to pick up an early one and go back to the bench. She drove there late in that possession, but the first couple times she touched it, she really didn't want to attack.
Wilson, she's going to break the press all by herself. Found the lane and took it. Hand off Bird, once the free throw line, Jake converts.
That's her second straight make in the mid-range. She missed a couple early, starting to heat up in those situations.
Thorne did not pull the open 3. Instead, the drive, she gets fouled, colliding with Lindsey Taylor. And that is shockingly just Taylor's first.
On the replay here, you'll see that she looks like she's vertical, but she actually walks into the contact and gets a block call because she initiated her wall into her.
Is that a compliment to the officials that I just hear?
It's me being as nice as I can.
One more free throw for Lyric Thorne. And Carson-Newman, a ton of officiating connections. Tom Hill, former baseball catcher, as Penland gets called for charges. She lowers the shoulder. Third on Penland. She's in foul trouble. Team's third. 3 fouls on Carson-Newman. Haven't played a $147 in the second half.
That's a really tough call because both players are going in similar directions. Contact was initiated by both, and the referee made a judgment call there. Tough one for Carson-Newman.
Finish the thought on the Carson-Newman officials here in a moment. McIntosh and Jay. Penland goes in for the rebound. Tom Hill, NFL official, former Carson-Newman catcher in the early 70s. Matt Hollifield, the husband of former Carson-Newman softball coach Vicky Hollifield, an SEC official, as Penland misses a three. Then you got Harold Denton, Greg Parman. They did games in the old SoCon and the ACC. Carson-Newman has produced some pretty high-level football officials throughout the years.
I think those football officials would shoot about the same from three as Carson-Newman women's team is right now. Struggling from three, 0 for 10.
0 of 10. Catawba, 1 of 10. 1 of 20. Stanback tried to flip, got her own board. And Mike Mincy is beside himself after a foul on Braylon Weichel. Big third personal on her. Well, where was Weichel even in that play?
There she was late
on the
reach.
backside. There you go. Yep.
Coach Mincy struggling here, thinking he's getting a tough whistle early in this third.
Stanback wants a three, and she connects. 39% shooter from range. Stanback snaps the strings. Eagles break the press. Weichel accelerates on Stanback, gets the cup. Carson-Newman bench rises up. They wanted a third on Stanback. She's got the rebound, racing front court. Stanback can't convert. McIntosh a second, no. And then Stanback is going to foul Taylor with a reach. Wow.
And in almost consecutive plays, both star players pick up their third. Should be an interesting adjustment here. She drives, does not get the call, and then she reaches in, going for the steal.
And kind of T-Rex armed it too. Realized, hey, I'm on two. Let me get the arm back. Eagles break the press. No, they don't. Turnover on the cross-court pass. Downs the steal. Weichel realized she was on three, went away. Downs is down after the miss. Eagles trying to take advantage of the numbers. Wilson left corner, a catch three. She snaps it. First make from deep for the Eagles on a 5-on-4 advantage. The answer on the other end by Downs.
You hate to see it as a coach. You hit a big three, your team's excited. They don't get back in transition defense. Catawba gets the easy one.
3-point lead for the Eagles. Bird in the high post. She gets fouled from behind by McIntosh. First on McIntosh. That's the second of the period for the Indians. Now we're going to be shooting free throws here pretty soon. 6 combined fouls, haven't made it 4 minutes deep in the period. There's the high-low action to Taylor. Let it drop in front of her and goes out of bounds for Carson-Newman's 15th turnover. 4 turnovers in the period.
On a 15-foot pass, that was a really tough angle, as it had to be so precise. Really tough one. It's better to reverse that, get a better angle, throw it over the top.
Catawba can tie with a 3. Stanback wants a long 2, leaves it short. Weichel had the rebound. Stanback took it away from her. Thorne in the left corner. Drives, teardrop, short. Stanback taps the rebound to herself amongst the tall trees. Third chance for the Indians.
Credit to Stanback there. 3 fouls. She's staying aggressive now. Going to the basket.
Got an open look. Couldn't convert. McIntosh, second chance. Taylor fouls her. 2 on Taylor. 5 on the Eagles this period. Catawba shooting free throws the rest of the way, and for a Catawba team that's 2 of 11 from deep, you have to expect basket attacks like this are coming.
Same call she got a few minutes ago. She's vertical, but she's walking into them, and the ref's calling that initiation of the contact.
So Sarah McIntosh, 78% at the line on the season for 2, converts on the first. Now, it was Carson-Newman that had the offensive rebounding prowess in the first half. Catawba getting on the offensive glass here in the second half. That was one of Terrence McCutcheon's points of emphasis out of the halftime break. 2-2 trip for McIntosh. Pendland exits with 3 fouls for the Eagles. Pendland with 3, Weichel with 3, Goforth with 3 for Carson-Newman. Standback with 3 for the Indians. Wilson up the right sideline. She's fouled by Wampler. First on Wampler, third on Catawba.
You can really see Wilson here with an early turnover in the second half. She's starting to get aggressive with the dribble drive, putting pressure on the defense, really trying to attack this press.
And the faster women's basketball players in the SAC, Abby Wilson. A one-woman press break if you need her. Michael matched up on Thorne, and Thorne gave it the armbar. So that's 2 on Lyric Thorne.
Carson-Newman running the high flex there. Tough action to guard, and then they were able to turn the high flex into a ball screen. Catawba not ready for that quick hitting action.
1-point lead for the Eagles, midway point of the third quarter. Winner this one gets Anderson on Championship Sunday, who scored a upset as the 4 seed. Turnover, Wilson's pass into the paint, pilfered by DeShazo. Thorne left open, drives wide open to the rim, blows the bunny though. Rebound saved in to Weichel by Ford. Weichel, the bounce to Taylor, pumps, leans up, can't hit it with the left hand. Just Taylor's second miss of the game. She's 6 of 8.
You can tell Weichel's a little frustrated. She threw a bounce pass to her post player's feet. It would have been better if she would have gave her a pass a little bit higher so she could finish it a little easier.
Ford out of control down the right side of the lane. Backboard, nothing else. Boshier scoops it up. Catawba, top 5 in the country in turnover margin. They're +6 today. The Eagles haven't scored in 2 minutes. They've turned it over 4 times in the last 4 minutes. Smith spinning around. She's tripped and will head to the stripe. So Sarah McIntosh has picked up her second. The team's 5th. We are shooting free throws on fouls for the rest of the period. 4:07 to play in the third. Carson-Newman 37, Catawba 36. Winner to Championship Sunday, where Anderson awaits here on the SAC Digital Network.
At Anderson University, we are on a journey, one that seeks to find the purpose for which God created each and every one of us. So we search, we grow, we dive in, and with a close-knit community, small class sizes, accomplished and supported faculty, and a spirit that believes that together we can accomplish big things. The person we are striving to become doesn't feel so far away. So we push, we dream, we dig deeper, until our journey finds us as teachers, artists, writers, athletes, engineers, nurses, and friends. While we're at it, we just might change the world. Anderson University, knowledge for your journey.
Adam Cavalier, Grant Leonard, pleased to have you courtside here at Timmons Arena, where Carson-Newman has a narrow 37-36 lead on Catawba with 4:07 to play in the third quarter. And Harley Smith at the line trying to stop a 2-minute scoring drought for the Eagles. Fans fired up here at Timmons Arena. Good crowd both for Catawba and Carson-Newman as Smith rolls in the first.
Both teams shooting free throws the rest of this quarter. Both teams with their star guards in foul trouble. Should be an interesting end to the finish of this third.
I would presume we are going to see a lot of rim attack basketball, given those circumstances, combined with the complete lack of three-point shooting between these two teams. Combined 3 made buckets from beyond the arc on more than 20 attempts. Drive and a dish. Wilson there with the steal. Doesn't have numbers. Turns, hits Weichel right of the lane, hesitates, walks. Good job by Catawba getting back. That forced the pass and the turnover.
She tried to keep her pivot foot down, but her momentum just wouldn't allow her. Tough play.
Neither team has made a bucket in 2.5 minutes. Thorne wants to stop it, and she does.
It's great body control on that drive to her left hand to finish and twist her body and finish with the right hand.
Thorne with 16 to lead all scores. Weichel. Pump fake the J, instead drives inside, gets the bucket, can't get it to drop. Taylor an offensive rebound, and she's fouled.
Coach Mincy a couple plays ago slowed the game down, called chin action. He's staying in that action with high post cutters, and they got some great paint touch action into there, and then an offensive rebound.
Question is, can Lindsay Taylor capitalize with the stripe? 55% shooter on the season, is 1 of 3 today, and the first one grazes the front of the rim. 1 of 4 for Taylor. Carson-Newman's only double-digit scorer with 13 points. 0 of 2 trips. She's 1 of 5 at the line, and Catawba with an opportunity to retake the lead. 4 ties, 6 lead changes in this one. Catawba trying to tilt it back in their favor. Thorne. Back-to-back buckets for her. Catawba is back on top. First lead for the Indians since the 8-minute mark of the second quarter. And Mike Mincy calls for time as Wilson gets trapped in the front court. Eagles haven't made a bucket in the last 3.5 minutes. Lyric Thorne has made back-to-back buckets for the Indians. And Catawba is on top for the first time since the early stages of the second quarter here on the SAC Digital Network.
Not everybody's going to pick Catawba, but Catawba can be a place for anybody. You can find a sense of belonging. You can find your people here, and it can be whatever you make it.
If you want to transform into the person you have the potential to be.
If you aspire to inspire the world around you and others.
If you want to discover a sense of belonging and make it what you want, there's a place for you here.
Catawba College is waiting. Are you ready?
Excellence, integrity, care, curiosity. These are the values that define who we are, a community of thinkers, competitors, and achievers passionately pursuing the path of a purpose-driven life. Because at Lenoir-Rhyne University, we are called to greatness. We are LR.
Well, Carson-Newman hasn't scored a field goal in 3 minutes and 46 seconds. And Lyric Thorne, who has a game-high 18 points, has made buckets on back-to-back possessions to give Catawba its first lead since the 8-minute mark of the second quarter.
Coach Mincy's had some success out drawing up something out of timeouts. We'll see what they get here.
2 to the ball on Wilson around a screen. Goes inside to Taylor. The drive, the left hand, no. Taylor offensive rebound, up with the right, no. And Taylor, lame. As Catawba with numbers front court. They miss a 3 with an air ball. Lindsay Taylor is hurt on the opposite side of the floor. I don't know if Catawba realized that Taylor was down. Had numbers and heaved up a 3, and Carson-Newman sports medicine staff out to check on Lindsay Taylor and her right leg.
looked like as she was trying to attack that offensive glass for the second time, as the Catawba player rebounded, they backed into her knee a little bit. Hopefully she's okay.
Taylor will be helped up and wipe some tears as she exits the floor. So this will bring Sydney Pierce back in. Pierce, a definitive defensive presence down low.
She did a great job protecting the rim in the first half. However, she finished scoring around the basket. See if she can get one going here.
She's had some games where she's gotten hot. Think of the game against Coker inside a Holt Fieldhouse back in January. And she knocked down 8 shots on 10 attempts and had 16 points. Lindsay Taylor exits with 13. Boshears pull up left of the lane. That's in and out. Pierce got a touch to the rebound, but Wampler corrals. Indians looking to extend the lead. Catawba led by 3 early before Carson-Newman used a 7-0 run to take the edge, and Eagles have maintained it ever since prior to the back-to-back Thorn buckets. A left wing 3. That's in from Lauren Ford. Indians by 4. Their largest lead of the day. A 7-0 burst for Catawba. Wilson trapped against the sideline. Slams it inside, and it's turned over. Downs the steal. Eagles give it away for an 18th time. Catawba will look to extend this 7-0 run. Right corner, Ford wants another 3. Nearly went. Popped out over the front side. Unlucky for Ford. Eagles in dire need of an answer point here. Carson-Newman's missed its last 5 shots. Weichel accelerating, dishing. Wilson, left corner, open 3. Big time bucket for Abby Wilson to stop a 7-0 Catawba run and bring it back down to a 1-point game. Indians want an answer. Left corner 3 won't drop from DeShazo. Weichel the rebound, racing front court. Weichel behind the back to the right block. She gets into DeShazo and draws a foul. And that's Tasha DeShazo's first, the 7th on the Indians this period, and a chance for Braylon Weichel to put Carson-Newman back on top with 2 free throws.
2 huge plays by Weichel, a phenomenal drive and kick off the ball screen to get open 3 for her teammate, and then a push and transition, and initiates contact and gets to the free throw line.
Weichel calmly converts the first. We are tied at 43. So after that 7-0 Catawba run, Eagles had missed 5 straight shots. 4 straight now for Carson-Newman to tie it up at 43. Rims out the second to the right. And the rebound touched out by Penland. Catawba outscoring the Eagles by 4 in the period in spite of shooting 28% from the field. 7 turnovers for Carson-Newman in the frame have helped out the Indians' cause. Downs on Boshears. Boshears got her with the armbar.
That's been their most successful offensive play in the entire game is a horns action. They cut over the top after the pass, isolate the post player to drive in the channel. Catawba's staying with that play. That's probably their 4th or 5th time running that action so far today.
Downs calmly converts the first. She's a flawless 5 of 5 at the stripe today. Free throw shooting, certainly something to watch here down the stretch. Indians 13 of 15 at the line compared to 7 of 13 for Carson-Newman. 2-of-2 trip for Downs, 6 straight makes, and she's got 16 points. Catawba back on top by 2. Carson-Newman can play for the final shot of the period if it so chooses. Penland drives, gets the cup, the right hand, flips it in off the window. Campbell Penland with 9 for the all-freshman teamer. Thorne off balance, can't get it to go at the horn, and that is how the third quarter comes to a close. So nothing has changed over 30 minutes of play. We are all square at 45, headed to the 4th. Winner advances to Championship Sunday to take on Anderson at 1 tomorrow. Who prevails in SAC semifinal number 2? Find out when we come back after this on the SAC Digital Network.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth...
It was Mr. Hines who made me want to become a teacher.
And then I said, that's one small step for man, one giant leap. And that's why we don't try this at home. Any questions?
He inspired me. But it was LMU that helped me turn that dream into a reality.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent.
Start of the fourth quarter. Crowd in Timmins Arena getting amped. Catawba and Carson-Newman. 10 minutes to decide things here in a 45 all-ball game. Winner goes to the SAC title game to play Anderson.
Great to see Lindsay Taylor run back out there after going down with an injury. Really happy to see that she's going to be able to finish this game with her team.
Solid defensive possession there for her. She redirects it out of bounds, and it's tapped out by McIntosh. Ball back to Carson-Newman. For all the foul trouble early that we had in the third, it really hasn't impacted this game yet. Stanback and Weichel both playing with three as Penland gets trapped in the backcourt, and she turns it over. DeShazo picks it up. 19th Eagle turnover. Their 8th of the half. Thorne into the corner for Stanback. Stanback, shifty move on Weichel. Skip it into the left corner for DeShazo. Deep in the clock, Thorne pulls up, right elbow. Long, Alvey seizes the rebound. Weichel, pull up Jay in transition. Smokes it home.
Big time shot from a big time player.
DeShazo, an answer, rims out. Taylor seizes the rebound against McIntosh. Catawba used a 7-0 run to take a lead in the third quarter late. Eagles responded with 4 straight to tie it. Carson-Newman's retaking the lead. 6 ties, 8 lead changes. Both games that were split in the regular season were instant classics. Weichel driving to the cup. Clock winding down. Weichel smooches it in off the window.
Late shot clock. Defense breaks down. She did a great job rejecting that ball screen and getting a rim run. Weichel heating up.
4-point lead for the Eagles. High-low action tipped out by Taylor. Terrence McCutcheon fired up. Get a second look at Weichel, the drive. Just blowing by Lyric Thorne for 2. Weichel with 4 to start the fourth quarter. Downs backing down. Penland walked. Steps called. Ball back to the Eagles. Carson-Newman's bench lively.
The first time Catawba got to set up their pressure this half, Carson-Newman struggled with it. The cumulative effect of the pressure all game sometimes can wear you down in the fourth quarter.
Eagles no issues with it there, but a pass deflected from Alvey out of bounds. Long pass, and you got the defensive player of the year, Stanback bearing down. Better put some zip on it.
Carson-Newman has had a lot of success when they get the ball reversed to the second, third, and fourth side of the floor.
Weichel trying to do it all herself. Missed the Jay Alvey an offensive rebound. Second chance. Penland pulls up. 3. Bullseye! Biggest lead of the night for the Eagles.
Alvey's had unbelievable energy off the bench. Loose balls, defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds. What a great contribution with her in the second unit.
7 in a row to start the quarter for Carson-Newman. And now a turnover. Goforth a steal. Downs, good job poking it out of bounds. Stays with Carson-Newman, though. How about Campbell Penland? Dribbles around, defense sags off. Smooth as silk on a off shooting night from deep for both these teams. Save for the fact that Carson-Newman 3 of 4 from beyond the arc in the second half. Cut down on the attempts when they weren't falling. 0 of 10 in the first half.
Second chance points helping both teams. 12 for Catawba, 9 for the Carson-Newman, and that's a huge 3 off that offensive rebound.
Really, if the Eagles don't turn it over, the shooting percentage might bear themselves out. Penland a drive, a dish. Taylor finishes through contact. 9 straight for the Eagles. Carson-Newman up by 9. Timeout, Catawba. Mike Mincy's unit trying to taste Championship Sunday. A 9-0 flourish to open up the 4th quarter. Indians first forced to burn a timeout here on the SAC Digital Network.
You've got to see this place.
You gotta see this place. You've gotta see this place.
You 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 gotta see this place.
You've gotta see this place.
You got to see this place.
You gotta see this place.
You gotta see this place.
I don't think we planned to go to an ad break off of a Carson-Newman 9-0 run and into a Carson-Newman commercial, but happenstance happens. Lindsey Taylor getting the job done for the Eagles, finishing through contact to get Carson-Newman to its largest lead of the day, 9-0. The Eagles outscoring the Indians to start the 4th quarter. Thorne wants to stop it. Can't get it to fall. Ford an offensive rebound. And she gets hacked to shoot free throws.
Carson-Newman lucky the first foul wasn't called. The second one on the offensive rebound here. And they get him on the arm and on the body.
Absolutely the hack there from Alvey. Her second, team's first. Ford's first free throws in. Catawba doing work at the line. Indians 15 of 17 at the stripe. That's been a difference maker for Catawba. 2-2 trip for Ford on a day where the Indians just 25.9% from the field. Eagles shooting 44%. You might expect a wider margin. 19 turnovers for Carson-Newman. That's impacting things. And then the free throw shooting. Indians +9 at the line. Those two things have made this game closer than probably the shooting would bear out. Both regular season meetings were tight. Indians won by 4 in Holt Fieldhouse. Carson-Newman won in overtime in Salisbury. Michael flips out to Penland right wing. There's an arm bar from McIntosh. Or pardon me, Wampler.
Carson-Newman doing a good job getting the ball multiple sides of the floor, trying to break the defense down late shot clock. Good offense by the Eagles.
So Penland inbounding right side of the lane. And another foul. Collision knocks Goforth to the ground. And that's on Ford. That's her 4th. Well, if you'll remember that 3rd quarter, as we take a second look here, and yeah, there down goes Goforth. And now an offensive foul. And it is a big one. Braylon Weichel.
Wow.
Number 4. That was the point that I was going to make. Weichel picked up her 3rd early in the 3rd. Played. Stand back. Did the same thing. Picked up her 3rd. Hadn't impacted the game. Now it does. Weichel with her 4th.
That's a tough one on a legal screen. She was trying to get loose, screen the screener action, and she gets popped for moving on contact.
Stand back. Steps back for a 3 and connects. 5 straight for the Indians after the Eagles started the period on a 9-0 run. Penland stepped on the sideline.
Here she goes. Oh,
we get a first look at Standback snapping the strings.
Step back 3 there, and Carson-Newman attacking the pressure up the sideline and steps out of bounds.
Standback. Uses a screen to get to the basket and finishes. Well, after the Eagles used that 9-0 run, Catawba called for time. 7 straight for the Indians to get it down to 2. Penland fires the triple. Yes! Campbell Penland heating up. She's got 15 and has knocked down back-to-back threes.
It's nice to see the lid taken off the basket, see some threes go down for both teams. Should be a phenomenal finish to the fourth quarter.
A drive and a charge. Big one on Standback. Alvey takes it. 4th personal on Standback, 2nd on the Indians. Foul trouble yet again. We get a second look.
That is another huge play by Alvey off the bench. Offensive rebounds, balls saved, defensive rebounds, and now a charge taken. Alvey's been all over the floor in the reserve unit for Carson-Newman.
She has 3 press row leaps this season. Turnover by Wilson. Skied a pass into the paint. Catawba picked it off. 22nd turnover for Carson-Newman. Standback. Thorne driving inside on Alvey. Couldn't get it to go.
Catawba offense still living in isolation. Will it pay off for them as the game wears down?
Penland drives inside, cut off by Thorne. Deep in the shot clock, it goes to 5. Bounce inside Taylor. 2, Taylor with the left hand, chucked it up, no. Goforth an offensive rebound. Second chance for the Eagles. Jumper won't fall. 5-point lead for Carson-Newman. 4:15 to go in the fourth. Winner goes to the title game to face Anderson tomorrow at 1 p.m. Standback weaving through traffic. The Euro to the cup for 2.
Wow, what an athletic move. The crossover to then a Euro to finish on the other side of the basket. Just a really phenomenal basketball play.
Penland left open, right corner, another 3. Heat check off the mark. And an offense, Goforth out of nowhere with the rebound. And Mike Mincy calls for time. 3:47 to play in the fourth quarter. Carson-Newman by 3. Standback, the Euro, to pull the Indians within a trio. Entertaining basketball here on the women's side.
Carson-Newman did a great job in the offensive glass that possession. Keep the ball, call timeout. They've been getting a lot of clock usage here in the fourth quarter. Catawba playing a little bit faster. We'll see which one is the better strategy here going forward.
The Eagles and Indians, 2 classics in the regular season. Carson-Newman won in overtime. It was Campbell Penland who was fouled on a 3-point attempt at the horn in regulation. She made 2 of 3 to force overtime, and the Eagles would win it in the extra session. Catawba in Holt Fieldhouse. Carson-Newman just 5 points in the third quarter. Withstood a 20-10 fourth quarter rally from the Eagles to win by 4 in Holt. How's this SAC semifinal matchup shake down? Wilson pull up, right of the lane, won't go. Taylor an offensive rebound. The lefty sticks it in off the window. 17 for Lindsey Taylor. Stops an 0-4 streak from the field for the Eagles, puts them up by 5.
Carson-Newman and Coach Mincy going to the high flex action, getting the offense weak side of rebound.
Standback misses a 3 on the other end.
I believe they called a foul on that offensive rebound opportunity.
So Downs with her second, team's third.
Wow, the replay, that's a tough call. Both of them were going after the ball. Very limited contact.
We're all the way on the other end at the floor. Turnover. It didn't look like there was that much contact from my vantage point. Indians trying to take advantage of the giveaway. Thorne wants a corner 3. Doesn't get the roll, and then McIntosh called for the clear-out foul. Third on McIntosh. And that puts the Eagles in the bonus.
That's a huge call. 2 plays in a row on the offensive glass. Carson-Newman to the free throw line for the last 3 minutes of the game. They have been struggling from the free throw line up to this point. We'll see if they can convert here, finish the game.
Michaela Alvey, this is a bit of a collector's item for her. Just to the line 20 times this season. She's made 13 of them. That's 65%. She rattles in the first. That stops a string of 4 straight misses at the stripe for Carson-Newman as a team. Eagles 8 of 14 from the stripe as a unit, up by 6.
Her first points of the game, but her impact has been on other areas of the game, playing fantastically so far.
Big-time coach's player. Kind of kid that you love to have on your team. Thorne through traffic. Can't get the teardrop to fall. Surprise, surprise. Michaela Alvey out of the fray with it. 2:50 left. Penland. A giveaway as DeShazo sees it. 24th turnover for Carson-Newman. And then a foul on the drive. Put this one on Penland. Her 4th. She has been instrumental here in the second half for the Eagles' comeback, but it's a turnover here that brings Penland out of the game with 4 fouls. Eagles 3rd.
Catawba obviously sticking with that full court pressure. It's been very devastating. It's been keeping them in the game. Their shooting percentage has been struggling, but getting those second chances and extra possessions on turnovers, keeping Catawba in it.
First free throw. Smooth as silk for Downs. 7 for 7 at the line for Downs. Eagles had 17 turnovers in the meeting in Holt Fieldhouse. 21 in the meeting in Salisbury. 2-2 trip. 5-point game. 61-56. The pressure on for Catawba. Go forth across the timeline with a second to spare. Wilson. Weichel back in the game, matched up on Standback. Both players with 4 fouls. 5 on the clock. Goforth spinning around, gets the cup. The right hand, she finishes. Taylor Goforth's first points. Back to a 7-point lead for the Eagles with just over 2 to play.
Carson-Newman doing a great job using clock, late game, getting all the way deep in possessions. It's really been the difference here in the 4th quarter.
Downs misses a 3 and then a foul on the rebound. Goforth hit the deck, but it's on her.
Here's the replay of this one. Offensive rebound. Goforth just shoving her, pinning her under the basket, calling a blockout foul. Tough call late in the game.
4th on Goforth. 4th on the Eagles. So Catawba shooting free throws the rest of the way. Left corner, Thorne open. Clanks it. Goforth got a paw to the rebound, but couldn't corral it. Standback open look, airballed it. Great tap for Ford. Downs takes advantage. Timeout Catawba with 96 seconds left. Downs with 20. A wide open miss as the Eagles sagged off of Standback. Great save by Ford, and then Downs capitalizes on the broken play. Downs with a game-high 20.
Oftentimes late games decided by these late hustle plays. Lauren Ford, unbelievable save out of bounds, earned that basket.
It has been a 2-woman show for Catawba. Downs with 20. Lyric Thorne with 18. They've combined for the lion's share of Catawba's points. Taylor with 17, Weichel with 13, Penland with 15 off the bench for Carson-Newman. The timeout that McCutcheon takes gives Catawba a chance to set up the press. Eagles with 2 timeouts left, Catawba with 3.
The second half, this full court pressure has really hurt Carson-Newman. A bunch of live ball turnovers. See if they can break this pressure.
They do. Good passes. Eagles set up in the half court. You milk the entirety of the clock. You take it down to about a minute. Leading by 5. Wilson out to Weichel, head of the key. Right around a Taylor screen. Alvey lost the handle on it and loses it.
That's a double no-no. Late turnover, late clock, and then you also foul out of frustration. Tough play there. Good break for the Catawba Indians. Getting to the free throw line. Clock stopped here. Chance to get to a one-possession game.
Third personal on Alvey. 5th team foul on the Eagles. Ford to the line, where Catawba has been oh so good today. Indians 90% at the stripe, 18 of 20 as a team.
Did you just put the broadcaster jinx on them?
I've been, clearly I did.
I think you did.
I did. I had to talk about it. It's been one of the deciding factors of why this is a close game.
Oh, they've been phenomenal from the line all day.
Didn't get the roll on the second. Tight rims here at Timmons. Still a 5-point lead for the Eagles. What a break for Carson-Newman after the turnover and the foul gave Catawba a chance to score with the clock stop. Catawba playing for the stop. Pindlin. Tap into the paint, another turnover. 26th of the game for Carson-Newman. Stand back, got back tapped in the front court, got it back though. The kick, extra pass. Catawba, gotta hurry, you're down 5. Thorne drives to the cup, missed the layup. Taylor the rebound. Feeds it to Pindlin, there's the foul.
Stand back at an early push there, and she couldn't get to all the way to the basket, and it really disjointed that possession for Catawba.
And that should be the day for Standback.
That was a great job on the defensive glass by Lindsey Taylor. Secure that rebound. People trying to get at the ball, and she was able to get it out and outlet it. Great job by her.
So Standback is out with her 5th. Mike Mincy, Tatum Bergstrom trying to draw something up. Catawba will have to rally without the Defensive Player of the Year on the floor. Ford on official stats is listed with 5 fouls, but she's in the game, so I would presume that is incorrect. I have her for 4 as well. Pindlin knocks down the first. Back to a 6-point lead. Can the Eagles make it a 3-possession game? Pindlin? Yes, she can.
I'll tell you what, Carson-Newman struggled at the free throw line earlier in the game, but when it counted, Carson-Newman putting the ball in the basket from the charity stripe.
Eagles a perfect 4 of 4 at the charity stripe in the 4th quarter. 7 for 10 in the second half. Catawba will burn a full timeout. The Indians will advance it. Don't have that in the men's game, that luxury in the men's game, do you, Grant?
No. Something I hope at some point they add. I hope, eventually uniformity of rules.
Yeah.
But, that's a little above my pay grade.
You don't have that luxury of, just go stick it in the front court and let's see what happens in the half court. All right, down 7. Catawba, 26.4 ticks left. Trailing by 7. Eagles, let's not forget, started the 4th quarter on a 9-0 run. That's the reason for this separation. Indians used a 7-0 run in the 3rd quarter to take their first lead of the game since early in the 2nd quarter. Seesaw's back in Carson-Newman's favor with that 9-0 run. Campbell Pindlin has been sublime after halftime. 7 for the game, 12 in the second half. She's knocked down a couple of big threes.
Important here for Catawba. It's a 3-possession game. They do not need to shoot a 3 here. They're going to have to make 3 baskets to get back in it. Only one of them needs to be a 3. Attack the rim and attack the offensive glass. See what you can get, and then try and get a turnover.
Chip away. That's the message. Let's see if Terrence McCutcheon agrees. Thorne. The drive, the pull-up.
Good possession. She couldn't get it to go down.
Good look. Pindlin the rebound. And before the foul, Mike Mincy calls for time. I don't know if Pindlin dribbled. If she did, he gets to advance. If she didn't, he gets to advance.
It looked like the ref was saying spot down there, so I do believe they're going to go full length of the court.
That'll give Catawba a chance to set up the press. Carson-Newman with 1 timeout left. Catawba with 1 timeout left. Arrow favors the Eagles. Winner of this one goes to the title game Sunday to take on the Anderson Trojans at 1 p.m. tomorrow.
Biggest thing here for Carson-Newman is you do not want to catch the ball deep in the corner to allow an early trap. You definitely want to get the ball up the floor and away from the sideline and the baseline, so that way you have options if you need it. Worst case scenario, do not have a live ball turnover and eat a 5-second call.
So Goforth will inbound. Hands off to Braylon Weichel, and you got to foul away from things. And that's going to go on Downs, her third. Team seventh, so no time off the clock. March 75 feet the other way. And you're going to send Campbell Pendlin to the line. And give the Eagles a chance to sub in the defender, Lindsey Taylor. So Bird out. Carson-Newman makes the offense for defense sub with Pendlin to the stripe.
Pendlin with a great second half, 3 of 4 from the stripe.
Spins that one out, though. See, it can happen to the color guy, too.
It can. I hate to do it to him.
One more free throw for Campbell Pendlin. Got the roll that time. Still a 3-possession game, 66-58. Catawba hustles front court. Pull up. DeShazo missed it long. A rebound by Ford. She'll throw it out of bounds. 8 seconds left. And that should sew this one up for Carson-Newman.
Carson-Newman did a great job dealing with the pressure all game, even with the turnovers, not letting it wear him out, continuing to run offense throughout the entire game.
Weichel over the timeline, dribbles it out, buzzer and ball game. Carson-Newman is on to championship Sunday. The Eagles use a 9-0 run to start the fourth quarter. And Carson-Newman able to use that run to win it running away. 66-58. Carson-Newman prevails over the Catawba College Catawba Indians, and the Eagles head to Championship Sunday and a date with the Anderson Trojans. The Eagles are going to move the piece of the bracket to the styrofoam board, and then hopefully we will hear from head men's basketball coach Mike Mincy. Yeah, we'll just bring Mike Mincy on here at the table for a couple quick questions. This is one way for us to go about doing it. Mike, you called your third quarter at Holt Fieldhouse, told me before the game, worst quarter of basketball you maybe played, not only this season but in a long time. Good third quarter, better fourth quarter. What did you see out of your team today?
Well, you know, we rotated out at some guys that normally play a lot. Goforth hadn't played a ton. She's number 1 on our plus-minus chart this year. I thought she came in and did a great job. Michaela Alvey came in and did a great job. And we made plays. We talk about it all the time. In a game like this, in this kind of atmosphere, you got to make plays, and I felt like we made a huge one. Campbell Pendlin came in as a freshman, made some huge shots, made some free throws, and, you know, we didn't always take care of the basketball, but I think at the end of the day, we did enough to win the game on both ends of the floor. Defensive effort, solid. Limit Catawba to 26.5% shooting. What'd you do to tamp down the Indians? I mean, you just got to get down and guard. You know, people don't look at us as a team that can typically guard people. They're very athletic. They can get people that go into the rim, but I think we just made our mind up that we got to make life difficult for them. They got to the rim on us a few times, but I feel like overall everybody that played stepped up and did a good job on the defensive end, especially guarding their guy. You know, help side came over some, and then it helps when the other team doesn't shoot very good from the three when you're sending help side defenders over. All right, Mike, thanks for the time. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. That is Carson-Newman head women's basketball coach Mike Mincy. Grant, Eagles advance to championship Sunday. The freshman, Campbell Pendlin, gets the job done, and now we turn our attention to the men's basketball tournament. You don't have anything to do here in 2 hours, so Queens Newberry, the nightcap. Carson-Newman men in action against Lincoln Memorial in approximately 30 minutes. So Carson-Newman prevails over the Catawba College Catawba Indians. On the women's basketball side, Indians forced oodles of turnovers in this one, 26 of them, but at the end of the day, Catawba just 18 of 68 from beyond the arc. Campbell Pendlin,
14 points in the second half. She finishes with 18 for the game. Lindsey Taylor, a quality 17-point night for the Eagles. And Carson-Newman will play for its first SAC tournament title for the first time since 2018. That was an Elite Eight season for Carson-Newman's women's basketball program. High fives all around for Carson-Newman women's basketball. Eagles take on the Anderson Trojans tomorrow at 1 p.m. For Grant Leonard, as well as our entire cast and crew, I'm Adam Cavalier. Thanks for joining us. Men's basketball tournament action heads your way in approximately 30 minutes on the SAC Digital Network.